I've been thinking about something. Oh yeah, what's that? Well, like sometimes when I shoot at people, they'll say, "Hey, he shot his bow at me." And then sometimes I'll hear like a group of people say, "Hey, he shot an arrow at us." All right. Well, like which is it? Do I shoot the bow or do I shoot the arrow? Is this a real question? Well, like I can't do it without either one of them, but which one am I shooting? Am I shooting the bow or am I shooting the arrow? Which is it? Am I shooting the bow or am I shooting the arrow? Did you eat those mushrooms that were supposed to be taken back to the city? Yes! I got a dangerous one for you this week. It's worth at least 10 gold. Is there a reason that you only pay in increments of 10? Well, I feel like 10 is a pretty common number. Plus, it's a short word, so if you were trying to get a lot of information conveyed in a very short amount of time, it would be good to just say 10 instead of a more complicated number. Well, so what? It's not like you're always trying to tell us what the quest is in under a minute or anything. I just like to be efficient with my use of time. Anyway, there's a Minotaur, and he got out of his labyrinth, and he's in a forest, and he's just like murdering people in the forest. He's on a rampage. Oh, let me guess, you want us to kill him? Have you guys ever intentionally killed anything? So, like, yeah, I mean, you can kill him, but I guess you don't have to. He just needs to not be there anymore. So you said it's a miniature what? No, he said it's a minotaur. It's pronounced miniature. Miniature what? You're a miniature. So we're just supposed to wander around the forest until we find a crazed minotaur? Yeah, I'm sure it'll work out. Yeah, at least it's cooler. That summer was brutal. Dude, I don't know how you wear all that armor in the summer. I would be dying. Oh, I am. It's horrible, but it's better than actually dying, I guess. I get hot in this. You're sealed in there like a can of imitation crab meat. Yeah, no doubt. These cooler temperatures are a very welcome change. Yeah, fall is definitely the best. We should head back to town and see if there's any sighters. Dude, we're out here looking for the Minotaur. The miniature, not miniature, Minotaur. It's like a guy with a bull's head. Usually has an axe. Oh, you mean like that guy over there? Oh, shh. We want to sneak up on him. They're very dangerous. Hey, over here, we're looking for you. He's not a miniature. That guy's gigantic. Oh, I'm gonna gore you both to death. I can't believe you just yelled at him. I can't believe how good your outfit looks. Backgrounded by these fall colors. What? Actually, yeah, he's got a point. What you're wearing looks great with the foliage behind you. It's like you planned it. Did you plan it? No, I guess it just worked out. Oh my gosh, I'm blown away. Thank you. No one's ever nice to me like this. Is that why you're so angry? I think so. All I've ever known is killing, and everyone I've ever met has been an adversary. No one's ever talked to me the way you did. I think that's enough to put anybody on edge. So you think you could just, stop killing people? You know what? Yeah, I will give that a try. Sick. The way we handled that Minotaur really got me thinking. There's this pattern with adventurers that it's just kill, quest, and you're constantly at war. And I just don't know if it needs to be that way. Oh, I totally agree. It's almost like every adventurer other than you that I've been with has like somebody pulling the strings behind them that has a chip on their shoulder because they don't enjoy their grander life. And they just bring it out in the dungeons and stuff. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's like the actions that they're taking are the actions that a psychopath who hates their lives and doesn't know how to socialize with human beings would take. Right. I'm so glad we don't have to be like that. Well, nobody has to be like that. So it's like anybody who is like that should probably just stop. Yeah. You know what? I love you, man. Hey. I love you too. And I'm really glad that we have our friendship. I couldn't do this without you. Let's head back to town and get our reward. Hey, so we found the Minotaur. Turns out he was doing all that just because nobody had ever been nice to him. Yeah, so we were nice to him and he promised to stop killing people. All's good. Alright, well, what did I say? 10 silver or 10 gold? 10 gold. What's with the tens? Just call my payments camping, because they're always intense. I don't think that's how that joke works. Yeah, intense. Like intense. No, I get it. I liked it. Thank you. You know what? Here's 10 extra copper. Thanks. Anyway, the Minotaur's gone, and we really bonded, and we learned a valuable life lesson. Yeah, that's great. Come back next week for more work. Hey, I just found out people can be nice. What do you guys think about how my outfit looks like with the leaves? Yeah, people can be nice, but we're not gonna. Wish you would be more like those leaves. Leave us alone. Oh. Let me guess. That dude in your left hand was given the choice of be your friend or have his head chopped off? I'd have made the same choice. Hey. Yep, both of us. You know what the worst part about him being a Minotaur is? What's that? He can't get lost. Oh, snap. I wish he would. The last humans I met said I looked great. They were so nice. Yeah, they were admiring your fall fashion. This year's fall collection is called Big Ugly Loser. The Can't Catch a Date collection. Alright, fella, why don't you move along? Yeah, your outfit stinks and so does your personality. I knew it was too good to be true. It's only not true for you. Please, please don't make me regret this, but could you give me some healing spells? Sure. That's no problem. I'll heal you. Just as long as you... Oh, no. Stay a while, stay a while, stay here with me. Please stop. Right here with me. This is exactly what I was worried about. Do you remember? Please. The last healing spells I gave ya. Marina, I thought that you'd remember. Marina, the last healing I gave ya. Please just heal me. Alright, that bopped. Did I ever tell you about the craziest thing I ever saw? I don't know, I don't store everything you say to me all the time. That's fair. Yeah. I was in a pretty far away land on a quest, and I saw some lions and some giraffes and some monkeys and stuff. But what was clearly the lead lion gave birth to a son, and one of the monkeys must have been friends with the lion or something. He carries him out to the end of this really high rock and just holds him up there, and all the other animals were looking at him. What are you talking about? They had an organized society? Yeah, it was wild. And all the animals liked the lions? Yeah. Even though they eat them? Seemed that way. Well, after he held him up there, what did all the animals do? They all just kind of casually dispersed. Then I made a deal with this obviously evil-looking lion that I would cast a spell to hold his brother still, so he got trampled by antelopes. Alright, I got a question right now that'll stump you. Well, I doubt it, but lay it on me. Alright, name me a scenario where you would kill a fairy that's trying to help you. He looks at my bagel. I mean, I was going to give you 10 minutes to think about it. That was really quick. Yeah, no, that one seems pretty cut and dry to me. Yeah, but I'm talking about a good aligned fairy that is helpful and useful and you have built a friendship up with. Yeah, no, I assumed all that was implied by your question, but looking is one step away from taking. And you got another thing coming if you think some flying little jerk is going to come up and steal my bagel. But they're these rare, majestic creatures. You know what's majestic? That perfect amount of cream cheese. Listen, I'm not here debating the greatness of bagels. What kind of creep lowlife would? I just feel like you're taking fairy lives kind of lightly. No. Look at my bagel, die. It's that simple. Welcome to my lair. I'm gonna rip you to shreds. Yeah, probably. But before you do that, I have a question. A last question. How adorable. I'll allow it. So I only fit in here because I'm maybe a quarter of your size. So how do you get in and out of here? Killmaim the murderer comes and goes as he pleases. Yeah, I just don't think so. Because we're 40 feet underground, and I had to crawl through very tiny spaces to get in here, and I don't see any other doors, and I don't think you can afford teleportation, so when's the last time you were out of here? I leave to plunder and pillage all the time. I don't think you do. Okay. I have been stuck in here for a very long time. So, your followers just bring you food and water and stuff? Yeah. That's nice. Hey, guys, it's the Imitation Crab again. Thanks for coming out. It's good to be out of the river again. So, I did a B&E on some orcs the other day, and they had one of those doors, with the beads. With the beads! I heard an event entertainer the other day telling people not to block the fire exits, as if there were a fire, I would not leave. If your idea of a romantic date is smithing a hammer under the moonlight, you might be a hill dwarf. So I told that Inquisitor I was not worshipping a demon in public. I was worshipping a demon, and you threw me in public. Hey, Mr. Wizard, what kind of staff you got there? It gives you more power. Hey guys, thanks for coming out. Remember to tip your waitresses and always choose the clams. Hey, I think I came up with a really fun game idea. Oh yeah, I love games. Yeah, so what if there was a game where, like, you pretended you were someone else with an entirely different life? Okay, so like make-believe, like kids play? I think that's how a lot of people will view it, but it's not really what I'm going for. Alright, so how do you play? So the outcomes of everything would be decided by dice, and everybody would be pretending to be, like, much more mundane people. Well, what do you mean? Well, this life of, like, slaying monsters and evil necromancers and stuff, it's just really tiring. I would like to kick back and just pretend that I'm some guy that just goes to work for, like, most of my day and then comes home and eats dinner and then goes to sleep and does it all over again. That does seem like a relaxing escape into an obviously preferable life. Yeah, you could just, like, pretend that you go to the same job every day. That sounds great. I don't know the first thing I would do if I was king. Yeah, that's a potentially interesting conversation. I would make a law that if you get your friend's sister pregnant, you're executed on the spot. Oh my gosh, did somebody get your sister Claire pregnant? No. Thank goodness. Anyway, that's like really specific. You wouldn't want to do anything before that? Like what? I don't know, like tax reforms or feeding the impoverished or some kind of really positive fantasy? No. Just my thing. But, like, why that? Because I'm tired of the monotony of day-to-day life. And your sister's pregnant. Yeah, well, so's Claire. I knew that would get you to confess. And I became king yesterday. Whatever, dude. You know what I became yesterday? What? A dead man? No. I became your sister-in-law. I have so many questions. I bet. I heard something pretty gnarly the other day. Oh yeah, what'd you hear? I heard about this spellcaster who used a spell to fill somebody's lungs with water. Oh my gosh, I'm really tired of hearing about this. You've heard this before? Yeah, every dork that gets into creative spellcasting thinks he's reinvented the wheel every time he comes up with a story about filling lungs with water. Well yeah, it sounds really brutal. Yeah, too bad that's not how the spell works. There's a specific spell that they're talking about, and you have to be able to see the space. Well, I thought if you were casting a spell on a person, you just had to see the person. Yeah, but in this case, you would have to be able to see their lungs. And at that point, you're killing somebody that's already dead. So you're saying that that just never happened? Yeah, it's basically an old fishtail. And honestly, I wish it would just die. You know, sometimes you're such a killjoy. I wish you would die. Yeah, me too.